He fought not to conquer, but to live in peace. He became a warrior only when there was no other choice. He was Chief Joseph, Hinma Tuyalatkekt, thunder traveling to loftier mountain heights, leader of the Nez Perce people, and one of the greatest voices for justice in American history. Born around 1840 in the Wallowa Valley of what is now northeastern Oregon, Joseph grew up in a land of forests, rivers, and sacred mountains. His father, also called Joseph, was a respected leader who welcomed explorers like Lewis and Clark decades earlier. The Nez Perce were known for diplomacy and hospitality. They traded with settlers and missionaries, believing peace could last. But as gold was discovered and settlers poured into their valley, promises broke. In 1855, a treaty recognized the Wallowa as Nez Perce land. By 1863, a new treaty, called the Thief Treaty, took most of it away. Joseph's father refused to sign. On his deathbed, he told his son, "This country holds your father's body. Never sell the bones of your father and mother." Joseph tried to honor that promise through peace. But in 1877, when the U.S. Army ordered the Nez Perce to move to a small reservation, violence erupted between soldiers and young warriors. Joseph faced a choice: surrender his people or flee. He chose freedom. Thus began one of the most remarkable journeys in American history, the Nez Perce Flight of 1877. Over 800 men, women, and children traveled more than 1,400 miles through mountains and across rivers, pursued by thousands of U.S. troops. They fought skirmishes, crossed the Bitterroot Range, and endured hunger and snow, always seeking to reach Canada, where Sitting Bull had found refuge. For months, they outmaneuvered superior forces with brilliant tactics. Soldiers admired their discipline. Reporters called it a campaign of unmatched skill. But in October 1877, just 40 miles from the Canadian border, exhausted and surrounded at Bear Paw Mountain, Chief Joseph gave up the fight. His surrender speech, translated by Lieutenant Wood, became immortal. "I am tired of fighting. Our chiefs are killed. It is cold and we have no blankets. Hear me, my chiefs, I am tired. My heart is sick and sad. From where the sun now stands, I will fight no more forever." He expected mercy. Instead, the U.S. government broke its promise again, exiling the Nez Perce to Kansas and later to Indian Territory in Oklahoma. Hundreds died from disease and grief. Joseph spent years petitioning to return home. Only near the end of his life was he allowed to settle in the Pacific Northwest, though never again in the Wallowa Valley. He died in 1904. The doctor said his cause of death was a broken heart, but his words lived on. Chief Joseph's story is not just of defeat, but of dignity, a man who showed the world that real strength is moral, not military. In the echo of his final words lies the voice of every people forced from home, yet still standing. Sources in description. Subscribe to The Warrior and Wisdom for Episode 8, Black Elk, Visions of the Sacred Hoop.